Eradicator.
Welcome to the channel, it's the Eradicator, and today, well, it's the day for Start Citizen 3.17. Finally, it is there, the PTU at least, Wave 1, but we are also having an episode of Inside Star Citizen, so let's first watch the episode of Inside Star Citizen. That's going
Hey
to
everybody.
be... Hey, Jared.
In our last episode of the quarter, we wanted to mix things up and take a sneak peek ahead at something coming your way while we're out on hiatus.
Okay.
It's the next concept ship from industrial powerhouse MISC, and the first dedicated refinery craft of its kind.
Oh, cool.
Let's take a look.
Wow, okay.
We've got quite a few ships already
Paul
in the
Jones is
manufacturer
here.
lineup.
By the way, look at Paul Jones here. That is a t-shirt about his book. You should guys to check out his book. I made a review on my second channel. Great insight on the job of game artist and the gaming industry overall. Highly recommend.
We've got quite a few ships already in the MISC manufacturer lineup.
You have the Prospector, you have the Starfarer,
So it's a MISC refinery ship.
but we wanted to have dedicated entry-level ship into the refining gameplay career for ship owners.
Okay, I hope usually those MISC ships
MISC
are
Expanse fills a
can be
great
cheap.
hole in the gameplay loop of the entire mining refining cycle, because currently you go out to the far reaches of space,
Yes.
mine some rocks, you fill up your capacity, then you yourself have to trek all the way back to the grain station or somewhere
Yes.
like that to refine.
Especially if you are in Pyro, well, maybe there won't be any refineries there. Or if you're, you are in the, some people go to the Iron Belt, the Iron Halo, the asteroid belt in the Center System. It can be difficult to get there, find a good mining spot. It's a bit frustrating having to go back to a Lagrange point. You want to be there, right? You want to stay there. You want to mine there. You give your refinery, your materials to refine to a refinery ship that comes where you are, and then the refinery ship goes away. Makes sense. I like this.
Then you have to trek all the way back to go continue mining, whereas the Expanse can...
Whoa. Oh, look at... So it's called the Expanse? Okay, so I guess that's the name of the ship. It looks like it has... No, it doesn't have two cockpits. That's the way it looks like, right? It doesn't have two cockpits. These are two Expanses here, right? I think it is. Again, I'm coming in. These are... Oh, look at the pods here. Just like the same pods as in the Prospector. I'm coming in completely fresh. I haven't watched anything. These are concept arts. It's not in game yet. So I suppose it's a concept ship. I don't think it will be in in the game yet. Yeah, Jared did say that these are going to be further ahead, 3.17.
be the middleman, where you take on board mined goods, you processes it, and then you can either sell it yourself or you can transfer it back to a cargo ship, and they complete the whole gameplay loop.
Okay, so you can actually transfer. Yeah, in the future, it would be possible to transfer from ship to ship when we're going to have physicalized cargo. Obviously, for that, we need to have the cargo. We need to have the cargo refactor.
The Expanse is the starter ship in the sort of refinery tier. We have refineries on other ships such as the Starfarer, but they are more specialized into purely doing fuel. Where the Expanse has a bonus over them is
It can do
it has
everything.
what we call reactors on them, and at a very simplistic level, one reactor is one refinery process, and the Expanse has 6 of them on board. So it allows you to
It can do everything.
potentially do 6 entirely different refinery processes simultaneously, or
Nice.
for maximum output you can do 6 of all the same type and really sort of improve your bandwidth, so to speak,
Oh.
of refinery.
Oh, that's really cool. That is, as much as I don't like mining, I would love to support miners. That is, I'm not just a combat player. I also like industrial gameplay. That is definitely the type of ship that I would like to have. Let miners do their own thing, and then they need stuff to be refined. I'm coming, I'm buying your stuff, and then I sell it again. That could also be fantastic for economy. I don't know if you guys what I mean. Imagine, you have some traders. You have some miners, sorry. They mine whatever material they mine whatever material they have, and then their prospector or their mole are full. I'm coming in with my Expanse. I buy the raw materials from the miner, straight from their spot, straight from where they are. I buy it, I refine it in my ship, and then I go sell it for a profit. And then this completely overrides the process of having to go to a mining station and buy stuff from the station. Instead, I just buy it straight from the miner and then go sell it for a profit, depending on whatever price I would have bought those materials from. This is awesome, and this is again one closer step for player-to-player economy, which we desperately need in Star Citizen. This is brilliant. Now, how much SCU is this going to have? If one of those pods here, because I think that in the Prospector, if I may be wrong, but in the Prospector, one of those pods is 8 SCU of cargo capacity. There's 6 of them. So we're talking about 8 times 6, 42 SCU of cargo capacity. That could be quite tight, but I guess we'll see.
We picked MISC because it sort of fits that industrial aesthetic.
Of course, they
You've
have
got
the
the rounded
expertise.
front nose of the ship, but then what you'll notice, you've got the well, not massive, but you've got the big shoulders, and that's also on the Starfarer, and so we wanted to keep that. So it's sort of basically big airflow, big intakes, straight.
Plus, they've already got all the design cues and the materials. It's going to be less work for them to design a brand new ship. They can use lots of parts that already exist to make it available faster into the verse. Definitely makes sense. I mean, they could have used Argo, but MISC, especially since they're working a lot on the whole series, which we can see a lot of the cues as well, especially towards the cockpit. It definitely makes sense that they are choosing to go for MISC. Plus, MISC has got a lot of sympathy for from the Star Citizen player base.
To an engine.
It's a great choice.
Back out. When people look at the back, there are certain visual elements there that you'll see that are common throughout the ship manufacturers. It's sort of the ball engine almost, very sort of defined fins that.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a mix of a the guy kind of looks like a mix of a Starfarer and a Cutlass. It's as if a Starfarer and a Cutlass had a baby, That's what it would be like. Hey, Crothon Solace, yep, we're going to play 3.17 right after. I'm discovering the MISC Expanse. I love this. I'm totally going to get...
surround that spherical engine. And also, the other sort of main feature is the 8 pods. There are 4 on either side. It really gives this ship a unique
8 pods.
Look and silhouette.
Oh, it's actually 8. So we're talking about 8 times 8. So that could be 78 SCU cargo capacity if they stick with 8 SCU per pod.
There's no mistake in this ship.
So 72.
People might be
that's much
familiar
more
already
interesting.
with sort of MISC interiors are generally sort of a letterbox kind of viewpoint. It's very widescreen. You've got that basically when you're sat in the pilot seat. You've got all your instrumentation laid out in front of you. It's all quite sleek, holographic.
Yeah, that's the
It's
classic
still sort of quite
classic
compact,
MISC cockpit. By the way, I like that there are no struts in the front. They obviously have learned from the Starfarer. I like that they have those little windows on the side so we can see if we're on the landing pads, for example. That's also a nice touch for pilots too.
It is a one-man ship.
It's a one-man ship. Okay, so it's not multi-crew. It's one man.
Leading from the cockpit, it will take you into just a small living section. So bed, locker, that kind of,
Just
that
like
kind
in
of
the
stuff.
Prospector.
And then progressing to the rear of the ship is just a really small sort of like operations room, basically, where you can interface with the refinery section. And there's a little window there, and you can...
Oh, hey, the DJ Dan. How's it going, man? This ship would be a great starting point from the Go Refine from Star Citizen. The amount of opportunities this would make available would be absolutely DJ Dan. This is what I was talking about just before you arrived. This ship would really mark the beginning of regular reliable player-to-player transactions, because with this ship, miners will not need to go back to the Lagrange points anymore. They would imagine you find a node where you have some great Quantinium rocks. All those refinery ships who will come to you, they would buy the Quantinium at a lower price, obviously. But then you don't need to go back to Lagrange. You just do your thing. You just keep on mining, sell on the spot, mine again, sell on the spot. The guys who have the refinery ships, they just buy on the spot, they refine whatever materials they have, and then they go sell. So it's wonderful for traders. It's going to make the life of traders more convenient. It's going to make the life of miners more convenient. It's going to make the life of traders much more interesting and a little bit challenging as well. I can imagine also that it's going to attract pirates if people are talking in the chat. And they say, hey, I need a refinery ship at this location, and imagine some pirates are going to come in. The possibilities are just endless, right? Here, Crushen says, it's going to be interesting what CIG comes up for an Orion companion ship, or does the Orion have refineries on board? I'm not an Orion expert.
Sort of see through into the gubbins,
so that I don't know.
And you'll have a little bit of a display that you'll be able to do some.
But how much SCU?
With. It's split level, so to get out of the ship, basically you'll enter into a really sort of compact and bijou lift, or an elevator, as some people say. That'll take you down to the lower floor.
Is there a stairs? Is there a ladder too?
And then outside down a ramp, basically. So yeah, quite small. I mean, I think the ship is going to be kind of cool. I mean, obviously it's a niche role, and it's not going to appeal to every player. But I think
it's definitely going to appeal to me.
As a ship and as an owner, I think people are really going to like it. I think they're probably going to sort of really start to gel with it.
It's going to be fantastic for orgs as well. And overall, I like the idea of having new ships that are going to be improving logistics in Star Citizen for larger operations or just for the economy overall. It's about time.
It's got a lot of,
the refinery ship comes to Star
Citizen,
Citizen.
I would say. And I hope that people, A, will enjoy what it does, but B, will also sort of enjoy the visuals of the ship and just flying around in it and just having that sort of one-man support experience.
Awesome.
The MISC Expanse is the first dedicated refinery ship for Star Citizen.
Okay, when is it for sale?
An ideal
How much?
place for beginners looking to start making their way in this career. Intended partner of the Prospector mining vehicle, and you can learn more about it in the coming weeks on the robertsspaceindustries.com website.
So I guess it's not for sale. I don't think it's for sale now. Let me check if I don't think that we have any. Probably in the next coming weeks there will be an episode of Inside Star Citizen. The CIG description depicts the Orion as a dedicated miner, so I doubt it will have refineries. Yeah, it's basically a mining platform, right? I really don't think it's gonna have any refineries. It doesn't seem like it is for sale right now. No, it doesn't seem like it. But really, really looking forward to have more information, having more information. The price, obviously, it's obviously going to be more expensive than the Prospector. Prospector is $150. This thing expected to be, given its role, in the $200, $220-ish. I believe it's going to be. But again, it could be wrong. But I don't think it will be more expensive than the Prospector because you can make even more money than with a Prospector with that, right? A huge shout out to everyone who's been helping me out on Patreon and via the YouTube Joint Membership program. Creating content on YouTube involves continuous circles of ups and downs, and it is when we are the lower parts of the curve that your help really motivates me to keep on going. Your contribution really does make a difference, which is why in return I try to give back by offering backers access to my private Discord channel, automatic access to exclusive giveaways, or answering your questions during the show. You can help me out with as little as $1 a month, and any help is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching again. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later.